Welcome back to another episode of City Refs, the unofficial officials. I'm your boy Mondo, and over here we have the greatest number 9 to ever bless a varsity field, Varsity Dan.
What's going on, baby? I've been called the America's number 9 from No Goal Patrol. How about
Oh
that?
yeah, there we go. Hey,
I
that
like it.
means something. That means
I like
something.
it.
Oh man. So today we wanted to talk about the ambush home opener, our thoughts and experience. Because we haven't really been to an ambush game. I think I went to like one over a decade ago. I don't know, but
Never been.
yeah, but I
First
didn't
time.
remember much of it. Yeah, so it'll be awesome, and we'll be completely honest what we liked, what we didn't like, because it's our fan experience through our perspective. So
Exactly.
yeah. So jumping right in, the supporter section, uh, pregame out in the parking lot. They had a tent set up out in the freezing cold, so these guys are dedicated.
Well, we already knew that. We've experienced that, at the other team now with Ambush. It's pretty awesome that they're trying to get a supporter section, and this is the first time ever. So, and I thought for the first time ever it went well, especially given the conditions. You have
Oh yeah,
Thanksgiving, a lot of people doing all kinds of stuff. So, you know, it was a little difficult to try to get people out there, but at the end of the day, I thought the atmosphere was incredible. And I think it can only go up from there.
yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it worked out because I usually travel every Thanksgiving, so I'm usually out of town. It just happened
Right.
that you know I was in town for this one, so yeah, it worked out perfectly. Um, I know that the pregame, I know there's some stipulations on how they could set that up, or
Right.
I know that they're trying to get some grills out there to pregame out there, but I it's cold out there, man.
It is.
Yeah, but
It is.
we would have joined in, but we got there a little early to set up our equipment, check the space out and whatnot. So if you guys didn't know, Shelly, Jeff, Brian, they hooked us up with some awesome access to the facility. So yeah, what do you think about that, man?
Oh man, the access was incredible. I mean, we got access to everywhere. We're basically we have as much access as any other employee for the ambush, so it's pretty incredible.
I know I was almost too nervous to go into places. I'm like, I don't know if we should be in here, man.
Yeah, man, it definitely look, I may not seem like it, but I'm a little bit, nervous when it comes to talking to people, and some of the situations were a little bit awkward at first. But I tell you what, the employees there and the actual players actually made it really enjoyable, and brought us in and treated us like their own right off the bat. So
Yeah,
kudos to them.
I was gonna say, they have huge family vibes. You go in, everyone's a big family, which makes sense because they play at the family arena. But yeah, I mean, it was awesome. All the players were super appreciative. The staff, like every time we ran into someone, they're, "Hey, man, thank you so much for coming out. We appreciate you being here. Definitely made us feel welcome."
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so we're in the back area by the locker rooms, and they have everything going on pregame, from massages going on in a little designated area to
Daniel was trying to get
people.
in on one of those massages.
Yeah, I was like, hey man, I'm about to slide in one of these, see if they notice.
Yeah, but he wanted to
But
give the massage.
oh, nah. I mean, I could get down, but nah, I'm good on that. So then you have the locker rooms, and we had access to the locker room. So
Which that was I wanted to talk about that because we were nervous to go in there because we're like,
very.
they said we had access in here. Should we go in there? And then we're like, screw it, let's go. So we
Oh, it
walk
took us
in.
forever to kind of like build up the courage just to
Oh
like
yeah,
go in there, because we haven't really met a whole lot of the players. So
right,
first time, big match coming up, first game of the season. It's like, how are they going to receive us? We
right.
stand out, obviously. We don't look,
Yeah,
you know, like regular employees. So
yeah, yeah. But I mean, we walked in. Everybody was so cool, man. They were so hyped. They were like doing a little game, like in the middle of the locker room, kicking the ball. I don't know what that's called. Do you?
just had a little kickabout,
Yeah,
and they had
man.
the music going.
The
Just trying
vibes
to
were
get in that
high.
mindset.
Oh yeah,
You could tell. We've been there. We've played before
yeah.
competitively, and just kind of ramping up, trying to get ready for the game. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, and what's pretty funny is Corey Adamson. He was just posted up, just chilling, man, just taking it all in, man. It was awesome to see. The vibes, like I said, were
Yeah,
crazy, but it was unique because honestly, like, yeah, we played competitively, but it's different when it's like a home opener.
not
These
at that
guys are,
level.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
not at that level for sure.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. And then so we walked back out of the locker room after we got to, check that out a little bit. And Marco, he got to go on the field to set up his
Yeah,
cameras and stuff like that. And then me and Daniel stayed like in the what is that called? Like almost like a concourse, I guess.
yeah, yeah. I guess
Yeah.
like the inner concourse.
So we were right out there and we're like, "Hey man, let's greet the players when they run out to the warm-ups." All of them stopped, gave us a little fist bump. They were all
Yep.
pumped up. And then the real refs came in, which that was hilarious, man. They looked at Daniel with straight up disgust.
Bro, no, they were not. They were laughing though. They looked up, saw us standing there, and were probably thinking, "What the heck is going on here?"
Yeah.
And they just laughed and just walked by.
Well, I saw one. He just shook his head. I couldn't help but to start laughing,
They,
dude.
they were they were laughing. We were laughing. There was no words exchanged, but you know, I'm sure
Probably
they
for the
probably thought it was
best.
funny. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. We're not there to take their jobs. If you guys are watching this, just know
Yeah,
that.
but a lot of fans think we should though.
Yeah, they did after that game.
Oh
You ain't
yeah.
lying. We'll
Oh
get there.
man.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, that was funny. So all the players they go out to warm up, and then they head back into the locker room after that. But the funny thing is, I told Daniel, I was like, Marco is across the field by DJ Prue, who's an awesome DJ, great dude. We got to meet him. Dude's a legend around those parts. So Marco was over there by them, and I was like, Daniel, Marco's over there. He's going to get a great shot of us running across the field. So after the players go on, let's get on the field, head across. I start running on the field. I look back. Daniel's still on the bench, doesn't even follow me. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? And then I'm in the middle of a warm up. I was like, oh man, dude, this
That's
sucks.
why I didn't follow you. There was a gap when you ran through, and then the gap closed, and I would have been running right through the middle of their warm up, and I was like, I'm gonna wait till another gap opens up, and then I'll make it across. But yeah, I saw
Oh
you over there
man.
like, what the hell's going on? I'm like,
Yeah,
hey,
I know.
give me
Well,
some time. I'm
if
not
I
that
didn't
fast, man.
yeah, if I didn't stop to look back, I think I would have made it out of out of their warm ups. But
Yeah,
I stopped, looked back, you were gone, looked back, and I was like, dude, what is going on? And I was like trying to dodge, but it wasn't
yeah, it's
working.
all good.
Oh man, that
I
was
made it across
hilarious.
eventually, though.
I'm hoping Marco can find that clip of you running afterwards. Because you ran alongside the referees.
I waited till one of them was running towards you, and then I jogged right alongside him, and it looked like I was doing the workout with him. And I was hoping that somebody was recording that way we could use that.
Yeah, no. Well, hopefully we'll have to reach out to Marco to reach down the archives, see if he got a clip of that. I think he
Yeah,
did,
yeah, he got a
but
lot
we'll
of good
see.
footage that game.
Yeah, I'm hoping that he did. But yeah, so Marco was down there, got a ton of great footage, as you could, see with that highlight reel that he did, which was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
he
sick.
outdid himself for sure.
Oh yeah,
He
that
told me
was
he's like,
incredible.
I got an idea. He's like, we'll see what it turns out, and it turned out. So
Yeah, it turned out sick. I just like imagine if it was like a much more high scoring game, which we'll get to that in a little bit, but man, it would have been crazy highlights.
yeah, definitely,
But we'll see. But yeah, after those warm-ups, we decided to go up check out the city ref suite
we
cuz
did.
people were wondering like what we were doing up there.
Well, we just had the family there. They got to enjoy the game. Beautiful vantage point from there. You get your own little bathroom. You have your seats, your designated seating area there, or you could just sit up there in the little suite area and just talk to your friends. And it really gave us this really cool opportunity to be able to keep our equipment there, go
Yeah.
out, interact with everybody, go down to the supporter section, go out, it could like a little base basically. Because if we kept all our stuff down like in that concourse area where the locker rooms are and everything, it would have made it a lot more difficult to try
To
to
try
get
to get
down there
there.
and get back up and do all that stuff. So it was incredible being able to just have that, you know, in the playing areas to where we could even, shoot some footage from there.
Yeah, so we have a camera set up there.
Yeah.
So it's a great camera angle. Like you
Hmm.
said, it's a place to store our equipment. So that way we could still, because we're there to experience the game. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So if we had to go back to the locker room area, we'd be missing out on so much.
Yep.
So it's awesome that they hooked us up with a suite. And I mean, it was a nice view. I mean, because
Yeah.
we're in the supporter section for part of the game. We also
Yep.
walked around a lot
Yep.
to give
Just
out cards, talk to fans.
Yeah, and just kind of get a feel for the whole stadium because I'd never been there for a game. The only time I've been there is for, I believe, a concert, and my wife was just there for like a monster truck event that they put
Yeah,
on there.
yeah,
But
that's awesome.
other than that, I think I've only been there once or
Yeah.
twice. max.
I mean, yeah, it
So
was awesome. Super grateful for the suite. Um, and you know, future podcasts will be shot there too. So like maybe right after a game, you know, a
yeah,
couple of the players come up and you know jumping on a podcast. So that way we have everything ready to go. We have the you know the
yeah,
game going on, or not the game, but you know the fans still there and stuff. So got some cool content coming up. You know, due to that. So
yeah, yeah. And if you guys want to catch like the actual stream, it is streamed on Twitch.
oh yeah,
So anybody who wants to watch who's not able to make it to the game, Twitch, MASL Ambush, go on there, check it out, and definitely follow us on our socials, City Refs across all social media platforms.
oh yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, but on that, because like I said, sometimes they'll see us sit down because like you know up by the suite. Because for one, you know you got to go say hi to the family, and
yeah,
two, sometimes you just want to view the game. You know what I mean? You sit there like because there's a couple times I went up there like to grab a quick drink or something,
yeah.
and I go in there and then I like the game's going on, so then I sit down, I start watching it, then all of a sudden I'm like, dude, I got to get up, got to go around,
Yeah.
but you
Well,
get lost in the game.
it made it really nice. You know, for me, I have a almost 3 year old, well, 2.5 year old, and it's sectioned off, so he can't just run off. You know, so it
Right.
made it really easy, and
Yeah.
obviously, it makes it a lot easier for me to be able to be there because I can make it a family event, which it was actually it's a lot cheaper than going to an MLS game. So, you know, having them there, you know, the price on food and everything is a little bit cheaper. It is still stadium pricing, but not,
Right.
you know, it's not that expensive. So it was really cool. It's definitely a family vibe. A lot of kids there, and they had the mascot coming back and forth. He went in there, got a couple pictures with them. I'll send you some so you can post them right there. And
Yeah.
I mean, it was sweet. They loved it,
Yeah.
so they're actually excited about going to the next one.
Yeah, I know. That's like
So
my wife, my you know, my baby got sick.
yeah,
First week of daycare, already got sick, man. So they missed out. But my
yep.
wife's super pumped to go to the next one too. And on that, should we go ahead and say it's the unofficial City Ref night next game?
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. First 1,000 fans that have a
Unofficially
ticket.
official.
Right, right. They have a ticket, get hooked up with a set of red, yellow, and blue cards. And then a select few cards are going to be signed by the players.
Yeah.
Yeah, so some of them only one signature, some of them have a couple, and then, dude, it's
Yeah,
pretty
so get
sick.
there early, get your spot. There's general admission areas on the I guess on the ends,
Yeah,
and then
section 112, supporter section.
yeah, definitely get in the supporter section, make some noise. We
Oh
saw
yeah,
people starting to come over like towards the supporter section there towards, you know, the middle of the game. When they saw the vibes, they all started to make their way over there. So get there early because
yeah,
this next game might be packed. Who knows?
absolutely. And I mean, speaking on that, because we wanted to talk about the game, right? So
Yeah.
let's talk about what are things that they have that's a little different from your normal soccer experience.
Well, the blue card. The blue card is
Uh,
something I had never seen. Um, Obviously, it just means that instead of just a warning, you have to go to the penalty box and you get a power play.
yeah, so I'm familiar with the blue card just because I've seen a couple back in my day, but
Well, I mean, I played indoor and I've experienced it there, but not at a pro level.
yeah,
Which it comes at a time right now where I just seen an article that MLS may be um, trying out some kind of situation like that where time
I don't know how
wasting
that would.
or some crazy like depending on the violation you would sit out like 10 minutes.
Dang, whoa, that's
They call
nuts.
it the sin bin. So I don't know if they would do like an orange card or a blue card or something, but still
City ref card, baby.
that is something that's kind of cool for MASL, and it changes the dynamic of the game.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. But other than the blue card, though, I wanted to highlight the DJ Prue.
The
That yeah,
music's going while the match is going.
nonstop. Yeah,
Yep. So they are still trying to work out the situation with the supporters, you know, the drums and everything. Obviously, DJ Prue is a staple of the ambush and the MASL, so he's been there for I think he told us 11 years,
11
right?
seasons.
Yeah,
Yeah,
11 seasons.
that's
So he's been
crazy.
there forever, and he's working with the supporter group to try to work out a system where they'll be able to coexist.
Yeah,
Because, you know, unlike MLS matches who don't play any music throughout
yeah,
the gameplay, at the ambush games, music plays throughout, and it's I like it. You know,
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
he's
do
got
too.
good music,
Oh, yeah.
good vibes. And then
That's the thing.
when they break, then the supporters really ramp up.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was never like a dull moment. There's never a slow moment. Like there's always
You know,
music. There's always someone hyping you.
it's
Like speaking
all
of people
action.
hyping you up, the dancers,
Yeah,
right? Those girls were killing it out there, man. They were everywhere.
they were. They were even like they got their own little section up there, so they're dancing throughout the match. It's pretty cool,
Behind the
man.
goal.
Yep.
Yeah, they're hyping everybody up. They did a great job.
Very.
And then so in all right, so now that we talked about like what hypes it up, I wanted to talk about like in game because you mentioned the blue cards.
Yeah.
But it was funny because there was like one time like the game stopped and I'm like, what? That wasn't a foul? And I'm like, oh, it's timeout. I'm like,
Yeah.
I forgot about timeouts.
They have timeouts. Never seen that before.
Yeah, and then the blue card power play, that was pretty sick because everyone gets ramped up when you get a power play.
Oh yeah.
Um, but there's challenges too.
And they can challenge, yeah. Yeah,
They go
so
back to the little VAR, check it out.
and it's not like oh they just say it challenge. No, they throw the flag on the field.
Yeah,
The
that's
coach gets to
crazy.
throw it on the field and hey, it's a challenge. So it's kind of
That,
cool. They incorporate a lot of different aspects from other games and it makes it honestly really enjoyable to watch. Like the product itself, great.
oh yeah,
2 thumbs up for
uh,
me.
yeah, absolutely. And for those who haven't been to an ambush game, first of all, you're missing out. Second
Yeah.
of all, just to give you a little aspect or background. So it's 4 quarters, 20 minutes each,
Yeah.
and they do stuff in between. Like halftime, they had
Yeah.
bunch of people out there. I don't know, little games where they had to throw a ball on a mat, and then
Yeah.
it was like a raffle or something like that. It
Yeah,
was
I
cool to
think
see.
it's
I've
kind
never
of
seen
like
that.
it's like a raffle or some kind of like 50-50 or something. Like if your ball lands in the middle, then you're entered or you win or I don't know. I didn't really
Yeah,
but it's cool though. Like there's so much engagement of the fans, I think. And that's what
yeah,
it makes the time go by so quick.
I know, I know. Yeah, it went by so quick, and it was a low scoring game, but it didn't
Yeah.
feel like it was boring by any means.
No. No.
It's
No, not
action
at all.
packed no matter what. But it was funny because we found out that there were no ties either.
Yeah. Yeah, cuz we thought, "Oh no, 1-1, they're just going to end it." No.
Yeah,
That's not how it ends.
yeah. I
Apparently,
remember
no
we were like,
ties. I
yeah,
like
we're
that.
like tie, come on, man, and then it's like OT. We're like, what?
Yeah, and it's golden goal. So, you know, you got to score. You're losing, but you still get a
S-
point. We found out too.
Yeah,
So
it's similar to City too because that's what they do.
yeah, exactly. Except
So
the city two goes straight to penalties. Yeah,
yeah, they go straight to PKs.
I prefer the golden goal
The
personally.
golden goal, like so, I think that builds the excitement because
Yeah.
that's do or die. It's like you
Uh-huh.
have to score, or you're out.
Yep.
And it's only 10 minutes, and then they go to the shootout. But
Yep.
that was pretty crazy. And then the other thing, which was new this year, was their 3 ref system.
Yeah. First match using 3 refs.
What did you think about that?
I think it adds more confusion than it takes away from the game personally because maybe they might look at one another and be like, "Are you gonna call? Are you gonna call?" And then now you add a third person. Now they're gonna want his. I don't
Yeah,
know. I
I
think
think
maybe
they were too busy because there was 2 refs on one side and then one on the other, obviously. But then they like rotated, like then two would go to that side. They were constantly rotating, and
yeah,
I feel like they were trying to figure that out and make sure that they were in order, that they were missing calls, and it was getting ridiculous.
yeah. The refing was. I mean, and we could be just biased because it wasn't
Yeah.
going well for our team, and it seemed like there was a few challenges that should have been a blue card,
Oh yeah.
and they just weren't. They were just not calling anything.
They weren't calling anything,
They
man. There
weren't
was
calling
only
nothing.
one blue card. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure that was the only card all game.
yeah. One blue
It was
card,
yeah.
and that
And
one did go for us,
yeah.
and it was appropriate. They even challenged it, and they still upheld it.
Yeah,
So
which was pretty cool to see the
yeah,
challenge in action. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Cuz there was a few that they called and I'm like, "Oh, let's go. That's a foul for us. Let's go." And then it went the other way. I'm like, "What?"
yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, that happened a
Yeah.
lot. But we're not criticizing the refs per se. We're just criticizing their performance. Don't take it personal, boys. If y'all are watching this,
Oh man. Yeah, they could take it personal, man. It's all right. We need to get out there, show them how it's done. Speaking on that too, look at that. We got the updated badges or patches, I should say.
beautiful.
Oh yeah, man. Looking good, feeling good. But yeah, man, that was pretty wild, that 3 ref system. But other than that, they said that that low scoring game was rare, so I'm really looking for like, if we had
Yeah,
that much fun at a low scoring game, like, imagine when it's, like, 8-5 or something crazy.
yeah. I mean, just think about when we play indoor. You know, it's a high scoring game. And honestly,
Oh,
we
yeah.
had a lot of shots and opportunities. They just could
Man.
not convert. They just would
Yeah,
not go in.
because I
It
will
was
say,
one of
like I
those games.
said, we're a little biased with with our team and stuff, but, man, they would make some phenomenal passes, and I'm like,
Oh,
"Oh, dude, that's sick. Shoot it." And then they pass again. I'm like, "Come on, man, just shoot the ball."
yeah. Yeah, there was
So
a few of
close.
those where it was just like, just take a shot and wait for a rebound. You know, it's indoor. It's not going out of bounds.
Right, right, right,
But
right, right.
shout out to the boys. They put up a good fight. Apparently against one of the best teams in the league, we found out.
Yeah,
So
except then that best team got destroyed by the Comets, like, the following game.
really?
Yeah, I forgot to score, like, 9-3 or something, I don't know
Okay.
what it
I
was,
didn't
but, yeah,
watch
it
that
was
one, but
I didn't watch it, but I looked at highlights, I was like, "Dang," and then we play Comets coming up, so we'll see what happens.
so we'll destroy them and then it kind of evens out.
It evens out, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But, yeah, moving on. So, we wanna highlight because, obviously, this was the first time that they had a supporter section, at Ambush, right?
Right.
So I want to give a shout out to No Goal Patrol, the Fandalorians, Mud Puppy, Santos, Sharks FC, and there were a couple other groups that showed up and people that we're used to seeing at city games.
Yeah.
They did a
We
phenomenal job.
Yeah, definitely. Couple guys from the Luligans. Um,
Yep,
who else? I mean, we ran into a lot of people.
a
It was
lot of
pretty
people. It
incredible.
was awesome. It was
Um,
awesome.
Mo or no Musa with
Yep,
Mo STL. He was there.
yep.
Um, dang, who else?
Fry Soccer. She
Oh,
has an
Fry.
yeah.
And I met
She
her
has an
dad.
awesome account.
Yeah,
Yeah, super
who
awesome
I believe
people.
works with the team or is a sponsor for the team or something to do with the ambush and I believe even City too. So
Yep.
pretty cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
she has
incredible
an awesome
people.
page. We'll post it on there so you can go follow her as well.
And she's
Yeah,
actually a ref.
yeah, yeah. We
She's
should have got
actually a ref.
her thoughts.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get her on the podcast.
Oh, absolutely. Oh man, but yeah, back to the supporter section. First one, I mean, I thought it was great for the first game.
Hmm.
I think we're not even halfway to where we want to be, but man, room for improvement. There's so much opportunity there. We just need people to show up. I mean, that first game was crazy. It was awesome.
A great time. Great time for the family. A great time for us fans. The experience. If you've never been, get out there.
Oh yeah, 100%. But moving on, because we were walking around, like we said earlier, we are like giving cards to fans, talking to people, and guess who was there? Miggy
Oh,
Perez.
yeah, we ran into Miggy. He was
Yeah,
like sitting back there, like in a dark corner. You're like,
no,
hey,
he was out. He was out. He was sitting out and about. But we had walked down to give some kids a card. I turn around and he's like, "Hey, what's up?" And then it took me a second. I'm like, "Miggy, what's up, man?"
it took me 2 seconds. I was like, who is this he's talking to? And then I noticed, I was like, oh, that's Miguel.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we got to chat with him for a little bit. Super
Nice
chill
kid.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
super
yeah,
nice.
absolutely.
Yep.
So that's cool. You never know. There might be some more city players out there watching games.
We ain't saying we know something or nothing because we don't, but y'all might want to go to some of these games.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But so the game ended in overtime, 2-1. We still got a point. But even though, the players were kind of down because they wanted to win for the fans, man. They
Yeah,
wanted that win bad, and we did too.
100%.
But that supporter section never gave up. They were
No,
still chanting.
they just got louder towards the end of the game.
Oh
Just
yeah.
kept ramping up.
So we'll have a few of the players on, throughout the season and kind of get their perspective on having that supporter section for the first time. But I want to know for like the goalie on Milwaukee Wave, like how he felt having that supporter section right behind him.
Yeah, especially like that's probably not happening around the league, right?
Right.
I don't know. Like I don't watch too many of these games. I'm going to though. Now that I know where to watch them because I know
Right.
there for a while. It was just like I don't even know where to look. But now I know that they're streaming on Twitch, so I'm going to be watching some games. But I don't think anybody else has a supporter section like we're going to have in St. Louis. So
Yeah, I
whenever they
think we're
come
the
here
only
for
one
the
in the league.
first time, yeah, it's kind of well, we kind of we're giving the goalie a little bit of crap whenever he was walking up. He thought it was funny though.
Yeah, he's shaking his head. I was like, "Hey, we bet on the over, bro."
Yeah.
Yeah, then he only let in one goal.
Yep. So It's all
That
good.
was yeah, that was pretty funny. But I mean, even though they lost, like, so not to compare, but like when City loses, you know the players aren't coming over to that supporter section, right? Like they're not
Hmm.
coming out. So that's a difference, and that's not a knock on those guys at all.
No,
But after the loss on Friday, all the players stayed out, talked to the fans before going into the locker room. I mean, that was
but it
pretty cool
wasn't
to
a
see.
total loss too. They still got a
Yeah,
point. It sucks to lose your home opener, but you can only go up from there. So they
yeah,
got that
absolutely.
to look forward to. But they still get a point, and but yeah, I mean, we saw they were down about it. They definitely were down about it.
Yeah,
But
we'll
they,
get to that in a minute
yeah,
though. That because that's funny.
but some of those guys, when we came out, they were still on the field signing autographs, talking to the fans. Pretty
Yeah, because
cool.
we wanted to get a card signed by Paulo to do a giveaway, right? So we were
Yeah,
out by the locker room waiting because we thought he was in there,
yeah,
and then come to find out he was still out with the fans for a while,
yep.
signing, talking. Like that was awesome of him.
And he stood on his head that game. You got to
He
give him a
he
lot of
had
props.
some
He
he
had
had
some
some
incredible
crazy
saves
saves.
to keep it 1-1.
Oh, absolutely. The other goalie too, man. I mean,
Yeah,
there was just crazy saves back and forth.
yep,
So you got to give the respect when it's there. But moving on, because this is pretty funny. So at the end of the game, everyone's heading out. So we go to the locker room. And our plan was we want to experience the locker room when there's a win, right? We want to see how
yeah,
wild it is. So when they lost, we're like, do we still go in there? I don't
yeah.
know. I'm like, I don't know. But then
And we
I
stood
told Daniel,
outside that locker room for like 15 minutes.
I know,
We're
we're like,
like,
should
man,
we
do we
go?
go? Do we not?
But
I'm
I
thinking,
want
I
to,
was like, nah, man, they're gonna be,
well,
depressed. Like the
people were
energy's
going
not
in
gonna
and
be
out.
there.
People were going in and out. I'm like, hey man, is it dead in there? They're like, yeah. I'm like, ah. I was like, but I want to report on that experience. I want to see what the atmosphere is because I don't know, and the average
Yeah,
fan wouldn't know either. So I told Daniel, I'm like, bro, we got to go in. We got to go in. And he's like, you go in first. I'll follow you. I'm like, nah. I fell for that once earlier today, not again. so so
uh,
finally, he's like, "All right, you go in. I'm gonna go grab our stuff. I'll meet you in there." I'm like, "No, no, it's all or nothing. We're going in." So we finally get the courage. We go into the locker room, and it's dead in there. I mean, everyone's just down, looking at the wall. They were just mad, and I mean, that just goes to show you, man. They're passionate. They wanted that win so bad for the fans. Like they take it serious, man. It shows,
100%.
and it's
Yeah, definitely.
sucks to lose like that, but
Yeah,
I'll let Daniel share the story because it's pretty funny after that.
yeah. So I'm just kind of like standing by the door off to the side, me and Marco, and then you just kind of like walk towards the middle of the locker room, and obviously nobody's saying anything. It's quiet, dead quiet. There's a couple guys just sitting by their lockers, kind of with their head down, and you're just like, hey, like hold your guys' head up. Like some of that's kind of on the ref, and then it just kind of like, you know, they all just kind of jumped in. You're like, you know what, you're right, and then it kind of brought a little more energy to the locker room, and everybody just kind of started talking, and you know, next thing you know, you're basically giving a speech in the middle of the locker room.
Yeah, I remember I was so
Oh
nervous to
man.
say anything. I had like my hands behind my back, like I'm in
Yeah,
the center
so
of the locker
yeah,
room.
you're literally standing with your hands behind your back, kind of like talking to the boys, like letting them know, like, hey, it's fine. You're gonna be okay. I'm like, what the hell's going on, dude?
Oh
Oh,
man, I don't know what came over me. I don't know why I said anything, but I was like, dude, this is awkward.
it was so awkward. Like you had to say something, and but the way you were standing, basically in the middle of the locker room, facing everybody, and then how everybody just kind of like played into it. It was kind of surreal.
Oh yeah, that was pretty crazy. Because I made sure I went and shook everyone's hands. I was like, hey,
Yeah.
good work out there, you know. But that was funny. I'm like, and then I forgot. I kind of forgot I did that. It was like kind of in the moment, and then we went to Buffalo Wild Wings after, and you're like, bro, why are you acting like the coach out there?
I was like, bro, I thought you were like a part of the coaching staff or something, like letting the boys know, hey, we're gonna be all right. That was wild.
Oh,
But they all took it
oh,
really well. And man, what a great group of guys, by the way.
oh yeah, they were
They were all so nice to us,
yeah.
shared their
I
pizza with us.
oh yeah, the pizza.
Yeah.
So what's crazy too is like going into it, like we knew like Shelly, Jeff, amazing people. They were
Yeah.
super nice. The access they've given us, the
Yeah.
opportunity, for letting us highlight their fan experience, love it. It's awesome. But like we didn't know how the players would feel, right? We didn't know like get out of our way or something like that. No, man, they were like, come on in, have a good time, let's go. We're here. everyone's here to support. Everyone's here to have a good time. It was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, literally feel like I'm part of the club. It's crazy,
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh man. But yeah, so I'm excited for the next game. Obviously, we mentioned City Ref Night. We're going to be pumped up for that. Um, should we talk about what we have in store? We can't give too much away, but be excited. We have some unique opportunities to come up with some creative content. I think everyone's going to enjoy. So be on the lookout.
I mean, just that. I mean, City Refs is obviously this podcast, but it's also kind of like a media company. So City Refs Media, we will be posting just actual content. Um, we've got the green light with the staff there at the ambush for now to film, other content outside of podcasts. Obviously, we're going to get
Yeah, we don't want
access
to
to
say
some
too much
players.
yet,
We're going to
but
get access
yes.
to some players to do podcasts, but there's going to be other content that I think people are really going to enjoy. So definitely stay tuned. Stay tuned to the socials. Definitely follow the YouTube channel if you do not, because a lot of it will be posted there
Oh yeah, absolutely.
on this
And
channel though.
right. And Shelly and Jeff have pretty much have been a go for like everything that we brought up to them. Any ideas that we've had, they're like, let's go, let's do it. And I mean, that's pretty unheard of. And it's awesome that, we get to put our input in there and, make things happen. Cause obviously you guys know we try to give back as much as we can to the fans. So we're going to continue to do that. So be on the lookout for some epic giveaways. Like I said, some awesome content coming.
Yeah, I got a little 2.5-year-old over here. He wants candy,
Oh
so
man.
you know how it is. I'm gonna go ahead and go take care of him.
And while he's doing that, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Robin, who won our family package at the home opener. She took 3 of her boys, went down there. She had almost front row seats. They had a blast, and that's what we love doing. We love sharing those experiences and giving back to the fans. So look out for more of that.